We use a lot of the digital spaces to embrace innovation. And also, I think, it's not just about the social media, digital platforms, and so forth. It's also about the tools that we now have, like AI, to create content. I know that I'm very much now open, and I wasn't, but I now very much am open to playing around with AI. So we do a lot of fact checking there and so forth, and that's how we use innovation. I think the best way to use innovation is to use it, play around with it, toy around with it, learn it, be open to it, embrace it, try things out, don't limit yourself, and it'll show you what it wants to become with what you input, particularly with AI. How I know that I've been impactful is when I'm doing my grocery shopping, when I'm out and about with friends, family, and when people approach me, and even if they can't see my face, but they just hear my voice, and they come and they approach and they talk about how certain things that I've said on the airwaves have changed and shifted their mindsets or saved them from a dark moment in time, and how just my broadcasting and how I like to give of myself as a broadcaster and how I speak and the things that I say, how they've just really added so much value to them. So it's a series of moments, it's ever going, and it's not something that I ever take for granted. But in terms of me pointing out a moment when I'm on air, I could never, because when I'm on air, I lose myself. I'm never fully aware of my experience when I'm doing what I'm doing, but I get feedback, and then I know, geez, you can't take this thing for granted, because if this is how you make people feel, that means you are a person of impact, and that should be respected. So it's generally through the people. What I enjoy the most about working behind the scenes in radio broadcasting is brainstorming, think tanking, brainstorming campaigns for advertisers. I think everybody in the building, management to my colleagues on air, they know I'm a revenue radio broadcast piece. Like, I love revenue radio. Anything that has to do with revenue, advertisers, campaigns, I'm that person. I want to be able to be a part of the creative process, brainstorming, think tanking with the team, coming up with ideas, and then seeing all of that come to life on air and executing in a clinical, energetic way that just keeps the advertisers coming back. So yeah, that's my favorite. I see the future of radio and platforms like SABC Plus, streaming platforms, shaping the industry in one particular way. And if this is the people that hold the powers that be are open to it, diversification and opening up the industry to more talent. There's so many people out there that have so much to offer, creative minds that you can explore and employ and use, because it's no longer what we know it to be. It's no longer just about who's the most talented. Now it's about who can think the furthest, who can serve the deepest. And I think that it's going to open up the industry. I hope that it can open up the industry and give more opportunities to more people that are looking to get in. And I think it's also just going to keep inspiring the industry to constantly keep on changing, to constantly keep on offering the viewers, the listeners, something better, something more. And it's going to inspire us who are employed by the industry to not be stagnant, to not be stuck in our ways, to be open-spirited and play. And also I think it's going to keep us young. My role as an off-air presenter entails content production. So I work very closely with our content producer, and we invest time in doing research, picking our guests with a fine-tooth comb, picking out the topics and so forth. And what that gives the listener as an experience is an extension of what they hear on radio. So instead of just having an orgasmic experience of Metro FM, now they get to have a visual experience of us, the extensions of the brand, because we are extensions of the brand. As a Dineo Ranaka, I have to consider in the manner in which I carry myself off air, how I am impacting the brand. So that makes me basically a brand ambassador, an extension of the brand. And I think it's It's an added value sort of experience, not only for our listeners, but for advertisers as well, because now we're saying, here we are, you know us for being an on-air entity, but because times are changing and the world is opening up to so many other digital sort of platforms and products, we can play in that aspect as well. And we've got a service offering there too.